ॐ योगेन चित्तस्य पदेन वाचा मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन योपाकरोत्तं प्रवरं मुनीनां पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
Namaste, I am Dr. Veena, and on behalf of Yoga Vijnana, I extend a warm welcome to all those present here for the session on Brahmavidyā Upaniṣad. We are delighted to have Dr. Vishwanath MV as our course instructor, and we look forward to an enlightening session as always. I take this opportunity to give a brief introduction about our center and the guest speaker of the day. Yoga Vijnana, Center for Yoga Therapy and Research, was started in December 2012 by Sri Vinay Siddhaya, an ex-IT professional who left 12 plus years of corporate career with the intention of bringing science and philosophy together and sharing the science of yoga to the common man in the simplest way. At Yoga Vijnana, we believe in the experiential journey towards one's spiritual growth, and so far over 3,000 practitioners across the world have benefited from our various programs. Apart from regular classes that are conducted both at the center and online for beginners as well as experienced practitioners, we do specialize in yoga therapy, conduct many in-depth yoga and health workshops on Trataka, Pranayama for seekers and yoga teachers, meditations, yoga retreats, silent trek, awakening workshops, Prasanna workshop, yoga prop usage workshops, etc. We also conduct internationally certified yoga teachers training courses at our center. Yoga Upanishads are the core of Yoga Darshana. The roots of sutras and other popular texts are in these Yoga Upanishads, which we have had an interesting understanding through the series of talks. So far, we have had interesting and educative sessions on 4 Yoga Upanishads, and we are beginning with the 5th one today, the Brahmavidyā Upaniṣad. Brahmavidya Upaniṣad includes about 110 verses to cover the concepts of Praṇava Vidya and Hamsavidyā through the Guru Śiṣya Parampara. To enlighten us about this Upanishad, we have Dr. Vishwanath MV with us today. Welcome, sir. Dr. Vishwanath needs no introduction to most of us, but for people who are joining us for the first time, I'll be privileged to introduce Dr. Vishwanath to you all. Dr. Vishwanath MV currently serves as a guest lecturer in the Department of Alankara Shastra, Government Maharaja Sanskrit College, Mysuru. He is also serving as an adjunct professor at the Department of Heritage Sciences at IIT Hyderabad. His thesis titled Srimad Valmiki Ramayane Samvada Vimarshaha was awarded with a PhD from Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi. He has 3 master's degree in Sanskrit, Alankara Shastra, and Phalita Jyotisham. His research areas include Sanskrit literature, Ramayana, Sankhya philosophy, Arthashastram, Nimitta, Shakuna, and Phalita Jyotisham. He is currently the principal investigator of a research project titled Demarcation of Ramakatha through Samvada, funded by IKS Division of Ministry of Education, Government of India. He has published 4 research papers in referred journals. He has also contributed 4 chapters in the Kannada translation of Manasollasa, published by Karnataka Sanskrit University, Bangalore. He has presented research papers in many seminars and conferences. He has also delivered several talks on Sankhya, Jyotisham, and Bhagavad Gita, series of talks on Kumara Sambhavam and Shishupala Vadham in Sanskrit, Kuvalayananda and Srimad Bhagavatam in Kannada, Rasagangadhara in Hindi are being made available on YouTube channel Guru Guhalahari. With this, I will hand it over to Dr. Vishwanath to lead us through the series. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Om Yomagne Bhaginagum Santamatha Bhaganchikirshati अभागमग्ने तङ्कुरु मामग्ने भागिनं कुरु शब्दार्थभाविभुवना सृजतीन्दुरूपा या तद्बिभर्ति पुनः अर्कतनुस्वशक्त्या वह्न्यात्मिका हरति तत्सकलं युगान्ते तां शारदां मनसि जातु न विस्मरामि श्रोतांसि सर्वर्षि हृदां यदीये प्रज्ञासमुद्रे मिलनं भजन्ति तं ज्ञानविज्ञाननिधिं शरण्यं श्रीसद्गुरुं त्वां शरणं प्रपद्ये करकमलनिदर्शितात्ममुद्रः परिकलितोन्नतबर्हिबर्हचूडः इतरकरगृहीतवेत्रतोत्रः मम हृदि सन्निधिमातनोतु शौरिः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Welcome back, everybody, and thank you for the organizers, especially to Vinay ji for being ever enthusiastic to keep this fire of Yoga Upanishads ignited. Last time I and Vinay ji spoke, we had 3 registrations for Brahmavidya Upanishad. I logged in today. I was so happy to see that it has not only reached two digits, double digits, but it has also exceeded the kind of expectation that I personally had. And I was a little skeptical whether it will even cross double digits or not. The 17 is a fantastic number for the 5th Upanishad, for the 5th straight Upanishad. After the conclusion of this Upanishad, we can proudly say that we have covered 1/4 of Yoga Upanishads. And for those of you who have stuck with us throughout this, throughout these 5 Upanishads, hats off to you, well done. And you have been part of history, because nowhere else you will find the Yoga Upanishads being delivered. And for those unfortunate people who have missed out on all these things, God bless you. May Bhagavan grant you sadbuddhi from the second quarter at least. Yeah. All right. So enough with all the sarcasms. Now we will get right into the Brahmavidya Upanishad. So this is quite a strange name for the yoga field, because Pranavidya is somewhat understandable that it is somewhat related to yoga. Dhyana Bindu, understandable. Advaya Taraka, because the word Taraka is there. People might confuse it with Trataka, and yeah, it's fine. It is still, it seems more yogic in nature. And then Advaya Taraka and Amrita Bindu, Amrita Nada, these Bindu, Nada, these are all yogic terms. It's almost like the Yoga Darshana or Yoga school of philosophy has got a monopoly over these kind of words. So when we started with these first 4 Upanishads, it almost felt like this will resonate well with the yogic community. But this particular Upanishad, which is titled as Brahmavidya Upanishad, now, when it comes to the word Brahma as well as Vidya and the combination of Brahmavidya, there is going to be a lot of issue with Brahmavidya, especially with the word Brahmavidya, because not one darshana, but all the darshanas want to have a claim on Brahmavidya. And very funnily enough, in our local tongue, in Kannada, we have this famous saying that when something is very easily understandable, but someone is finding it too tough or too difficult to comprehend it, they say that idhen Brahmavidya. That's the usual interaction that we hear. So that is the level from where we have to start to understand Brahmavidya. This was usually how my teachers used to build up. Where have we actually first heard? What is our first source of interaction of the word Brahmavidya? We were cutting vegetables, okay, and we were finding it difficult to cut bitter gourd. Hagalkai. Okay, we didn't know how to cut Hagalkai, a bitter gourd. And all of a sudden, someone quipped saying that Iden Brahmavidya. That would have been our first ever interaction with Brahmavidya. Just imagine the journey that we are having from cutting bitter gourd and hearing a sarcastic quip made by someone at home about Brahmavidya to land up in the Yajurveda's lesser known Upanishad called as Brahmavidyā Upaniṣad. It's a long journey. And whatever has happened in between, just forget about it because you have taken a flight. Okay. You took off from Iden Brahmavidya and now you have landed in Brahmavidyā Upaniṣad. Now it is my responsibility to take you for a tour throughout this Brahmavidyā Upaniṣad. Before that, we have had the privilege of going through many of the fundamental things of what is Upanishad, why is Upanishad necessary, who is eligible for Upanishad. All these things have been fabulously or exclusively covered in the previous sessions. For those who are new, it will be a sort of initiation. And for those of you who have already been into this, who have already heard this, it will be a kind of reminder that you shouldn't forget the first ever video that we started on the Upanishads. I'm not going to go and elaborate plenty on those things, but why one should study Upanishad, or what the study of Upanishad makes us, how does it keep us on track? That's all what I want to focus today as part of the introduction to Brahmavidyā Upaniṣad. Is it that important that we have to have Brahmavidyā Upaniṣad? Is it that important for us to have access to Upanishad? What happens if we do not study Yoga Upaniṣad? The yoga world, the yogic world seems to be running absolutely fine, even without any access to Yoga Upaniṣads. You don't see all the yogis across the world, across the globe, practicing or even speaking, forget about knowing, even speaking about Yoga Upaniṣads. And they are doing a fantastic job. They are doing much, much better than most of the other people. Then are we the only ones who are making or who are beating this trumpet of Yoga Upaniṣads? If so, then we should also be well equipped to know why the Upanishads are necessary. What is it that makes Upanishads indispensable to a darshana, to a school of philosophy such as yoga? Because Yoga Upanishads, or sorry, Yoga darshana, or yoga as a school of philosophy, as a school of thought, has plenty, and it has all its roots covered, all its bases covered. It has a sutra parampara in Yoga Sutra provided or gifted by Patanjali. And we have Bhagavad Gita, a fantastic thing to substantiate whatever we find it in Yoga Sutras. And the number of technical works that are available in Yoga Shastra or Yoga Darshana, no other Darshana can afford to even think or dream about having such vast variety of technical works. You take Shiva Samhita, Ghirinda Samhita, Hatha Yoga Pradipika, and many other works. They are all technically brilliant. And Yoga Darshana is the only such Darshana which is technically gifted with literature. When we come to Sankhya Darshana, how many technical works do we have on Sankhya Darshana? Very less, one or two, unheard. Nyaya, Vaisheshika, Mimamsa, and even Vedanta. Vedanta Darshana does speak a lot about so many things, especially the word, because they might want to have monopoly over this word. They might want to claim copyrights over this word because Brahmavidya belongs to Vedanta is what people might feel. But even then, they do lack the number of technical works. But Yoga Darshana has plenty of technical works. Then what is the necessity of Upanishads for the pursuit of yoga? It is keeping me fit. It is keeping me healthy. It is helping me to maintain that balance or equanimity of mind. And why should I listen to Upanishad, or why should I even start reading Yoga Upanishads? That's one of the questions that definitely needs to be answered. Not just in terms of ensuring that you all have chosen the right Upanishad, but also to ensure that in future, when we try to tell people or try to bring people to the Yoga Upanishads, we should be able to tell them why you should attend Yoga Upanishads. Okay. Upanishads for a very long time have been the carriers of the Rahasyam. They are the carriers of the secret, the secret tenets of all the Vidya, not just Brahmavidya, of any Vidya, there should be an Upanishad. We find this sort of style, the word Upanishad being used in this sort of style in Arthashastra, in Kavya Mimamsa. The authors use the word Upanishad in such a sense that this is the Upanishad of it. So what they are trying to highlight here is this is the zenith of this particular topic, or this is the crux of this particular topic. This is the essence of it. In this sense, the word Upanishad has been used elsewhere. Now, if we are going to plainly apply that same meaning in the yogic world or in the field of yoga, then it gives us the meaning that the essence of yoga is what is discussed, is what is held, is what is preserved in the Yoga Upanishads. My teacher used to give us this example. He used to quote a famous shloka from one of the lesser known works. What is the difference between a Jivan Mukta or a yogi who has attained Samadhi and a normal person who is still climbing up the steps? Both of them read the same text, but their way of interpretation, their way of understanding, their way of comprehension is absolutely different. Why such a difference exists between two people from the same text? So yoga chitta vritti nirodha should mean the same thing to all the people, no? But no, for a yogi, for a great yogi who has been constantly practicing and who can, like just like this, like turning on a switch, he can attain samadhi. For such a great yogi, yoga chitta vritti nirodha means something else. On the other hand, for someone who is still beginning to understand what yoga is, or still opening their eyes in the world of yoga, for them, yoga chitta vritti nirodha means completely different. So what is the basic difference between these two? And then comes the in-betweeners, people like us, who are neither great yogis who have attained samadhi, nor those who are still starting to climb the steps. We are somewhere in between, holding the ropes from both the ends and trying to tie a knot. It's a pleasant picture, isn't it? I think I saw it in one of the movies. Was it Tom Cruise or somebody in Mission Impossible, where he tries to hold two things together? Oh, yeah. I think it was Captain America in one of the Marvel movies, where he tries to hold the two planes or something together, or even Bahubali for that matter of fact, whatever it is, but you got the picture. However ridiculous that picture is, but you got it. And that's what the in-betweeners do. They try to hold on to one end, which they want to achieve themselves. I hope so. And on the other end, they have started, but they haven't proceeded. They haven't succeeded, but they are somewhere there. But they have got this skill where they can be good orators, they can be good narrators, they can understand and deliver things. And it is their responsibility that they have to ensure that the people who are just starting up, that they must be led in the right path. They should be given the right context for every text. If we have the Upanishads, what we have to set the context right, that you may have studied Yoga Sutras in your MSc in yoga. You may have studied Hatha Yoga Pradipika, Gheranda Samhita, Shiva Samhita, all the technical works. You may be bend it like Beckham. Okay, you are the best one out there. You can twist, turn, do fantastic things. You're brilliant, but you still need Yoga Upanishads. Why Upanishads are needed? This is where they say the scholars, the learned ones, the people who are well versed in all these things, they are the ones who are enjoying buttermilk. You know what is so great about buttermilk? Because Dr. Veena ji is here, and I'm always so happy to have her in the audience, because it gives me that extra like an extended wing where you can also explore the Ayurvedic part of yoga. It is never disconnected. And of course, that is the only wing that I do not have myself, because I have the Jyotisha wing of yoga. So I'm very much comfortable with that. The only other wing that I don't have is the Ayurveda part, because Ayurveda praises takra, that is basically buttermilk, matha, as they call it in Hindi, majjige, as they call it in the southern part of the world, of India. It is highly recommended. They say that it cures plenty of diseases. All those things are fine. But when it comes to Upanishads, they say that the Panditas, especially the learned ones, they are the ones who are enjoying the buttermilk of Yoga Darshana. Now, what is the buttermilk? How is it processed? It is the leftover of the essence. Nobody would have given a picture of buttermilk in this way, right? It is nothing but the leftover of the essence. That's what that line that my teacher, my guru used to quote, that sarastu yogibhih pitaha, takram pibati panditaha. So the so-called panditas, the ones who are trying to hold both the ends together and try to build a bridge so that people can easily go there, they are the ones who are consuming the takram, who are consuming the buttermilk, the leftover, which is sort of bereft of essence, because the essence has been drunk, has been consumed by the yogis. Sarastu yogi bhivpita. And what happened to that sara that these yogis drank? All the sara, the essence of everything related to yoga, are hidden in the Upanishads. Therefore, the study of Upanishads becomes that vital, that important. If our focus is to understand the essence of it. Suppose we want to know about jackfruit, but if we feel comfortable enough by knowing only the outer coverage of jackfruit, and we have tasted that as well, and we felt that, who said that it is sweet? Because if you eat the outer portion of jackfruit, it doesn't taste good at all. It's not like I have tasted it, but I'm speculating that it won't taste good. Okay. But if you really want to taste jackfruit, then you have to get rid of this. You have to move to the essence, right? So what all things that we have, they are all on the periphery. You can enjoy the view. You can absolutely enjoy the view from the periphery, whether it is Yoga Sutras or all the other famous works. If you want the essence, you have to come to Upanishads. Okay. So therefore, the study of Yoga Upanishads is essential. Essential if you're seeking essence. If you're only seeking to wander around yoga, then you already are well equipped. You don't need Yoga Upanishads. But if you are serious about understanding the essence of yoga, then you need to have access to Yoga Upanishads. Until and unless we go through the Upanishads of yoga, we would never understand what yoga truly means, or what is the true essence of yoga. That's why understanding one Yoga Upanishad is not sufficient. To read all the yoga related Upanishads and then identify what is the common thread that exists. What is it that they have always tried to highlight in different Upanishads? That's what makes our knowledge of yoga, that's what makes our understanding, our comprehension of yoga complete, fulfilled. Until then, our understanding of Yoga Upanishads, or our understanding of yoga as whole, will be incomplete. So in order to complete our understanding of yoga, we need to study the Upanishads. Okay, I think that much is more than sufficient to set the tone at why we are studying Yoga Upanishad. Okay, next Upanishad, we will come back in a different way. I will present it in a different way. It's just like being an advocate, that's all. They present the same fact. And if they have to argue the same fact, if the judge keeps changing, if the jury keeps changing, okay, even if it is the same jury, it doesn't matter. In today's hearing, the advocate will present the case in a different way. The defense counsel will present it in a different way. Tomorrow, they will present it in a different way. But present, they will. And defend, oh, bloody they will. They will never stop defending. And of course, Upanishads are the heart and soul of any darshana, not just yoga darshana. And we must feel very fortunate that there are 20 Upanishads that are particularly earmarked as dedicated, solely dedicated to the understanding of the essence of yoga. How fortunate should we be that we have a dedicated edition of Upanishads to explore the essence of yoga. So we must feel fortunate, because you don't have Mimamsa Upanishads, you don't have Nyaya Upanishads, you don't have Vaisheshika Upanishads, you don't even have Sankhya Upanishads, no Vyakarana Upanishads, no Jyotisha Upanishads. There is only Upanishads related to yoga that highlights how important Yoga Upanishads are. Of course, the 10 principal Upanishads which have been identified and the studies have been conducted and the Vedanta have owned them, even by sheer number, we are way ahead of other schools of philosophies, is what I'm trying to highlight. Sometimes I forget which philosophy do I truly belong to. When I started out, I was a staunch Sankhya, when I started teaching. And then Vedanta took over in between. Now I find myself in the midst of yoga. So it's okay. It's completely okay. I should not forget under what banner I'm speaking. That's all. So if I highlight Vedanta in yoga and yoga in Vedanta, people might get offended. Okay, I'm sure none of you are short-sighted like that. Therefore, it is absolutely fine. However, the point that I'm trying to make is, if they had to dedicate 20 Upanishads for the understanding of the essence of yoga, one can only speculate how deep or how difficult it is to comprehend the essence of yoga. It is almost like, it seems like you have got it. It almost, you could sense that, yes, I have understood it. And at that moment, it just slips away from your hands. That is what the essence is always. It's just like the butter, isn't it? If you have experienced the butter, it won't stand in your hand. It can't stick in your hand. It just flows away. It just goes away. It just pighal jata hai, right? So that shouldn't happen. And for that matter, we have to keep on practicing. We have to keep on churning. We don't even have to do that hard work, because whatever the result of churning is, that is the Upanishad, that is the butter, that is the essence, and that is presented to us. And now we begin the fifth one amongst these 20 Yoga Upanishads. It is titled as Brahmavidyā Upaniṣad. Now, for those of you who are interested in Sanskrit, just to make it more interesting, how the language itself provides us plenty of insights, and also how to understand it. It's a wonderful tool to get to know what Upanishad truly is. Let us take the word Brahmavidya. Okay, it has two components, Brahma and Vidya. Now, if there are two components in a compounded word, it is an obvious thing that we have to find some correlation between the existing two words, existing two components, because they cannot exist independently. Because they are put together in one compounded word, they have to be dependent on one another. They are correlated to one another. So to explore the correlation that exists between the two components in any compounded word, we have a certain rule in Vyakarana, which is called as samasa. This is called as samasa, basically. Samasa is where many components are put together to make sense, to make one sense, not to make nonsense. Okay, just by putting all the components together, it doesn't make any sense. If we want to put many components together, it should be single-ended. It should have only one thing to deliver. Similarly, when we hear the word Brahmavidya, Brahma is one thing, Vidya is the other thing. We have understood what Brahma is, or at least we have heard about Brahma. Brahma is usually the word used for something that is supreme. Again, The first ever interaction we might have had about the word Brahma is on similar lines that I gave about Brahmavidya as a whole. Okay, we would have heard somebody saying that he thinks himself as Brahma. He thinks that he is the creator of everything. It's like, he considers himself to be all-knowing person. Okay. So in that regard, we would have heard Brahma. But what is the true meaning of the word Brahma? To put it in very simple terms, Brahma means all-pervasive. That which encompasses everything is called as Brahma. That which sandwiches everything is called as Brahma. Brahmati iti Brahma. Brahmanam. Okay. Brahmanam is sandwiching. Okay. Vedopa Brahmanarthaya tavagrahayata prabhu is the line used by Valmiki to describe Ramayana and its purpose. Why was Ramayana particularly written? To highlight Rama, to demean Ravana, to tell the world the story of Sita. No. They are all secondary things. The primary thing is Vedopa Brahmanarthaya. You have Veda to ensure that the essence of Veda doesn't go away, doesn't spill away. Therefore, you need to sandwich it and toast it. And he sandwiched it and he toasted it so that it is ironclad now. It doesn't go away. So the essence remains within it. So in this sense, that sandwiching is called as Brahmanam. That which sandwiches this entire creation is called as Brahma. So that this creation doesn't escape Brahma. There is nothing that can exist along with Brahma. There is nothing that can exist along with Brahma apart from Brahma as well. So it now makes sense that why the word Brahma is used as supreme. Because if it is supreme, there is nothing that can cross that. There is nothing that is without its influence. So everything comes under it, everything comes within its grasp, and there is nothing that can escape Brahma. Okay, it is not an ozone layer that can be penetrated. It is not something that can be broken and move beyond. It is something that is the end of all, and at the same time, it is something that is the beginning of all. So to put it in simpler terms, that which is the end as well as the beginning of everything, that which covers everything, that which penetrates everything, that which holds everything, that is called as Brahma. So we now have a small understanding of the things that it is something that is not easily imaginable. You can't imagine such a thing, isn't it? Because imagination happens with the power of already known fact. One cannot imagine something beyond their intellectual capabilities. If I have a certain level of capability, I can only imagine based on that capabilities. I cannot imagine something that is beyond my capability. So this is something that cannot be imagined at all, at any given point of time. So if it cannot be imagined, it cannot also be constructed, isn't it? Because if you want to construct some solid theory, you need to have the image of it. It is something that cannot be put in an image. It is something that has to be full stop. That's it. I was searching for a better word in English. Then I said, no. To be, that is Brahma. I don't have to even use any further word. So what is existence or what is Brahma? To be is Brahma. We are not going to follow the words of William Shakespeare here. Sorry, Mr. Shakespeare, but no, we are not going to follow your words. To be or not to be, that is the, no, there is no question at all. You are a fool that you did not understand, but we are not. Our ancestors, they understood. To be, full stop, finished. You don't have to go further. Okay. So interestingly, it's all about existence. Brahma is existence. If I said Brahma is existence, would it make any sense? Let me explain. Let me spare a few thoughts on that. Why Brahma is existence? Brahma is known as existence because I'm going to pose this question to all of you, just to brainstorm. How do you substantiate existence? Is there a way that you can substantiate existence? even further question, even basic question than that is, should we substantiate existence? So we all have been fortunate enough to have a little bit of intellect. So we know that we are existing, right? We all are existing. At least we are all aware of that fact that we are existing. If somebody asked you to provide a proof that you are existing, what would be your proof? You show your Aadhaar card, people will throw it back at your face, because that is the proof of residence in this particular country. We are not asking for residential proof. We are asking for your existential proof. See, the problem with our life is we have always been running behind finding residential proofs, citizenship, and many other proofs. The thing that we have never sought in our life is the existential proof. I exist. What is the proof that I exist? What sort of a nonsensical question is this? I exist, man, I exist. That's all. It's finished. No. If you are going to be rational till the end, right? So thinking rationally, if I exist, then I need to have something solid, something to substantiate the fact that I exist. What substantiates existence? Okay, here are your options. Option number A, attributes. Attributes substantiate existence. Do you think this is true? Do you think attributes substantiate existence? No, because attributes can change. Attributes can fluctuate. Attributes can increase, they can decrease, they can diminish, they can vanish. So it is fair enough to say that attributes cannot substantiate existence. Then what is the second option? Activity. Okay. Do you think activities substantiate existence? So that would mean that anything that is active is existing, anything that is inactive is not existing. Would we dare to call that anything that isn't active is not existing? No, we can't, or we wouldn't want to make such a statement, right? Then what substantiates existence? You want to know the answer? Okay, I hope, because this is not interactive, we're all getting recorded. I tried so many times throughout my teaching career in academics, in colleges and universities, in all these places. I was very vocal against the usage of CCTV cameras in classrooms, because it took away the bloody freedom that lecturers have. Yeah. I want to hit that fellow, but I can't with CCTV. And then they told me that it can capture your voice as well. So then though I collapsed there. Oh my God. Sarcasm was one last thing that I had in my arsenal, and even that is taken away now. Then I thought that, no, you see, virtual, that is the best mode. Only interaction, one-on-one. It is going to be fantastic. Then came recording. The moment it starts recording, it's like you are being watched. Please be careful whatever you speak. It can be used against you in the court of law. Okay, fine. I have to be careful now. I'm just joking. Anyway, so we need to understand, we need to find an answer for this one. What substantiates existence? I'm not going to answer that, because you know what? I did this mistake in the last 4 Upanishads as well, giving away the essence in the first ever lecture, to find myself wanting to see the faces throughout the course. So if you have an existential question, this is the existential question. I am existing. Yes, true. How do I substantiate? What is the proof that I am existing? To find out, we are going to dive into Brahmavidyā Upaniṣad, because the answer lies in the word Brahmavidya, which is explained, which is going to be explored in this whole Upanishad. I think this sets the right tone. Now I have become a little clever, that you hold all the, you don't put all your aces down. You hold a few aces in your hand, so that when it comes, when it is the right time, you show those aces. Otherwise, don't expose all the aces. All right, then comes the word vidya. It's a very interesting word, very beautiful word as well. Now, the meaning of the word vidya Generally, it is translated as knowledge, which is not wrong, by the way, which is okay. Vidya means knowledge, that is okay. But it also means that vid means knowledge. It is made out of two roots, with and ya. And if you join them together, it becomes vidya. Okay, vid means jnanam. Ya means that which takes us there. That which leads us there is called as ya. Therefore, if you add with and ya together, you get vidya. So vidya means that which takes us towards knowledge is called as vidya. Now you have got the right proper understanding of both the words Brahma as well as Vidya. Brahma is the supreme thing, the one that encompasses, covers everything. Or you can also say that Brahma is everything. Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. One of the four Mahavakyas used in Vedanta. There you go. One of the four Mahavakyas is this Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. Everything is Brahma. There is nothing that is not Brahma. Whether it is movable, immovable, it doesn't matter. Everything is Brahma. So that Brahma and Vidya. Brahma is Vidya here. It is not Brahma's knowledge. That's a very wrong translation or wrong way of interpretation. Brahmanaha Vidya, no. Brahma Vidya doesn't mean Brahma's knowledge or knowledge of Brahma. No. Utterly wrong. Rubbish. It isn't translated like that. It should be translated, or it should be declined as Brahma eva Vidya Brahmavidya, or Brahma Vidya eva. Interesting. Samskrita, you can play with that language if you know how to play. Okay, you have to be an expert in what do you call it? Extinguishing fire. Only then you can play with fire. If you are scared of fire, you cannot play with fire. So if you also want to play with fire, learn Samskrita, and you will also be able to play with fire. Okay, just another call that it is important to learn Samskrita as well. After all, it is our language, isn't it? So if we can adapt ourselves when we go abroad to learn other languages. We go to Germany, we learn German. We go to France, we learn French. We come to India, we learn nothing. We come to Bangalore. We don't want to go there, isn't it? A very hot topic. So whatever it is, let's come back. So if we are into darshanas, the language of darshanas is Sanskrit. So obviously, if we want to understand it, then we have to understand Samskrita as well. Now, coming back to the point, Brahma Vidya Eva. What does it mean? It means that Brahma is Jnanam. Brahma is the path as well. Brahma is the knowledge. Brahma is the path. And the exploration of this Upanishad is only about these 2 points. How Brahma is the with, how Brahma is the ultimate knowledge, or Brahma is the only knowledge that matters, and how Brahma is the path. In order to attain that knowledge, or in order to become knowledgeable, or in order to become Brahma, whatever is required, whatever path is required, that is also Brahma. You cannot have a different path leading you to the destination. Both the path and destiny is one and the same. And where else have we seen this particular style? Yama niyama asana pranayama pratyahara dharana dhyana samadhyashtanga samadhayo ashtavangani. That is Yoga Sutra. Sorry, I was going somewhere else. So samadhi is both an anga as well as the end. It is both the means as well as an end. So similarly, Brahma is the end. That is, Brahma is the with. Jnanam. Brahma is the Jnanam, and Brahma is also Ya. Brahma is also the path. Brahma is the end. Brahma is the means. Okay. So I hope this is clear. This is the meaning of the word Brahmavidya, and whatever rahasyam, whatever marma, whatever secret, whatever essence and essential things that are existing related to both Brahma as the end, Brahma as the means. That is, Brahma as Jnanam and Brahma as Marga. both of them are going to be discussed in this Upanishad. So this builds the platform on which we are going to climb and see what this Brahmavidyā Upaniṣad truly possesses. We will start. Atha Brahmavidyā Upaniṣad Uchyate. Now we are going to speak about Brahmavidya. What is the first shloka? Prasadat Brahmanastasya Vishnoradbhuta Karmanaha Rahasyam Brahmavidyāyam Dhruvagnihi Samprachakshate. There is a different version as well, different edition as well. Rahasyam Brahmavidyāyah Dhruvagnihi or Dhruvagnim Samprachakshate. That is also an accepted edition or accepted version. Okay. In your downloaded script, if you have a different edition, if you have a different version, you don't have to panic, because both versions are present, and that is just the way the manuscripts actually work in Sanskrita. It's we can't help it. We are in a way we are crippled by these kind of things, because we have so many manuscripts for the same thing. So these things keep happening. Now, Tasya Brahmanaha Prasadat Vishnoho Adbhuta Karmanaha. Now, on the outset, it looks like this is this shloka. If you take it out of the context, you can do this experiment on those people who are aware of Sanskrita, who know how to read Sanskrita, who know how to teach Sanskrita, who claim that they know Sanskrita. You pick this, you cut this shloka, and you give them and ask them politely that, can you please explain this shloka without any context? And do not give the second line as well. Rahasyam Brahmavidyāyā Dhruvagnim Samprachakshate. Don't give this line. Just give the first line and try to ask them, what is it? What does it mean? I'm sure that they will say that they are talking, this should be from some Purana, where they are talking about both Brahma as well as Vishnu. Isn't it? Because we have both the names here. We have the mention of both Brahma as well as Vishnu. And the moment we hear the word Brahma and Vishnu in the Indian context, especially for an Indian mind, for a typical Bharatiya mind that has been raised in a certain culture, in a certain way, Brahma means the creator, Vishnu means the sustaining deity. Absolutely horrible. Because that is not what this Upanishad is trying to deliver. In this Upanishad, when they said Vishnoho Adbhuta Karmanaha Tasya Brahmanaha Prasadat, the word Vishnu is an adjective here for Brahma. Oh, then this must be from Brahma Purana. No, it is not from Brahma Purana. This is not the Purana where Brahma is highlighted. No, it is not. The thing that is Brahma, the supreme thing, what is it? What are its characteristics? The characteristics of Brahma are very simple. It is Adbhuta Karma. Why is it Adbhuta Karma? Karma means activity. Okay. Adbhuta Karma means the activities that it does, or the actions that it does, is amazing. Amazing in the sense that it cannot be fathomed, it cannot be explained, it cannot be brought out in a comprehensible way. It is never easily understandable. The actions are never easily understood. That is exactly what happens with, that is what in other terms called as Srishti Rahasyam. The science can take us only so far. It can take us till a certain level. And from there onwards, the science stops making sense. So what lies beyond science, what exists beyond science, that is Adbhuta Karma. The color combination. See, a plain example, a very simple example. On a canvas, and if you put certain colors, and by chance, if they get mixed, don't you think that color combination gives rise to a different color, or it looks quite odd? But that doesn't happen in nature. When we see so many colors put in one thing, it doesn't appear to be blending or get mixed and give rise to something new. We see so many creatures who are blessed with so many colors. They are colorful. By nature, they are colorful, but they don't mix and they don't create anything else. But we try to do the same thing on a canvas. You see, it gives rise to a different color. This is why it is the work of Brahma, because only that Brahma can do this kind of a wondrous job. Therefore, that Brahma is termed here as Adbhuta Karma. Adbhuta is Vismaya. Adbhuta is something wondrous. That wonder part is this one. I think even in the Dasa Sahityam, there are many such kritis. There are many such compositions where the singers, the devotees have always praised the God, saying that who created all these varieties, who created this vibrance in the creation. So they wonder about the enigma called as the creation. So that which is the creator of this enigma called as world is known as Adbhuta Karma. And just if we back up a little bit to get more technical for this word, basically the creation is whose responsibility? If we have to go to the big brother of yoga, Sankhya basically. And according to Sankhya, whose responsibility it is to create? Is it Purusha's responsibility or is it Prakriti's responsibility? It is, of course, it is Prakriti's responsibility because it is Prakriti that creates. If it is Prakriti that is creating, then how come Purusha can claim that he is the Karta, that he is the one who did this Srishti? But everywhere we hear that this is the Srishti of Purusha. But Purusha did nothing. He just remained there. He just existed there. And yet he turned out, yet he managed to get that credit that he is the Karta. He is the Supreme One. Don't you think this is Adbhuta Karma? And we use the word Adbhuta in this regard only. I worked so hard in this project and yet my manager got promotion. This is some Adbhuta. The only thing is Prakriti doesn't whine about it, that's all. We do complain, but Prakriti doesn't complain because it understands, right? So that's why it is Adbhuta Karma, because even without lifting a finger, even without being active, it is the one that that is the doer or that is the creator. That's why it is Adbhuta Karma. Even without actively getting involved in every activity, in every creation, it still is the one that is the memory of this entire creation. Therefore, it is Adbhuta Karma. Even without going about and cutting the roots, it can, and everything can collapse, everything can come back, and everything can dissolve into Brahma. Therefore, it is Adbhuta Karma. So both, so all Srishti, Sthiti, Laya, all of them have got only one end, that is Brahma. Therefore, it is called as Adbhuta Karma. I hope this is clear now. Adbhuta Karma refers to the wondrous, wonderfully active. It is not merely active, it is wonderfully active. Adbhuta Karmanaha, and it is wonderfully active. How? Or why is it possible? How is it possible for Brahma to be wonderfully active? It is possible for Brahma to be wonderfully active because it is Vishnu. Hey, you are confusing. First class, you have to be very, very clear. You know, what are you doing? We got so interested after 40 minutes. No, I think the second half is not going according to the plan. I think there is zero preparation. What is this? You're saying Brahma and then you're saying it is Vishnu. You tell one. Which one is that? See, that Brahma, that Parabrahma, or the Supreme One, is called as Brahma for a certain reason. It is also called as Vishnu for the same reason. Vyapakaha ityartha. Vishnu means Vyapaka. Vishnu means the large one that has that it can span, it can cover everything. That is why it is called as Vishnu. So now we get the right context for Vishnu Sahasranama. Okay. Vishnu Sahasranama is not about Lord Vishnu with the Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. No. Who told you that? Vishnu Sahasranama is about Brahma. 1,000 names, 1,000 ways of understanding Brahma. All right. Okay. Now that sets the tone for other things as well. Now we move on. So Adbhuta Karmanaha Vishnoho Tasya Brahmana. So what if there are many other things that can also claim that they are wonderfully active? They can also claim that they encompass, they cover large areas. Therefore, they said that tasya refers to that. The problem with this line is that all of these words mentioned, for those of you who understand a little bit of Sanskrita, they all appear to be in Pullinga. They all seem like they are in masculine gender. Whether it is the word Brahmanaha or Tasya or Vishnoho or Adbhuta Karmanaha, all these four words on the outset appear to be in masculine gender, but they are not. All of them are in neuter gender. That's the trick. That is why this is Upanishad. When we do not have sufficient equipment to understand this particular mantra or particular shloka of this Upanishad, we are definitely going to draw wrong conclusions. That it talks about Brahma and Vishnu. It is not talking about either Brahma or Vishnu. It is talking about only the supreme Brahma, and that is in neuter gender. It doesn't belong to either masculine or feminine. All these words are derived in, or all these words are declined in Napumsakalingam, in neuter gender. Okay. Adbhuta Karma is the word. Adbhuta Karman is a Napumsakalinga Shabda. Adbhuta Karma, Adbhuta Karmani, Adbhuta Karmani. For those of you who are interested to know, prove it, how it happens in Samskrita. This is how it happens. Okay. Vishnu, Vishnuni, Vishnuni. Madhu, Madhuni, Madhuni. Similar to that. Brahma, Brahmani, Brahman. Okay. Same thing. Tatte, Tani. That's all of its Shashti Vibhakti is. It does sound similar to Pullinga. That is the confusing part. Okay, all right, we move on. So now your confusion is clear. It is not talking about any male deity. It is not about the four-faced Brahma who holds Vedas in his hand, who creates everything, who gives unnecessarily risky boons to people. No, we are not into those things, okay? It is not Vishnu, the Dashavatara. No, not at all. Okay, I hope you understood. Adbhuta Karmanaha, a wondrously active, all-covering that Brahma prasadat, from the prasannata, from the prasada of that Brahma. Okay, now we have previously discussed about the word prasada, how the word prasada works out, how the entire process of prasada works. Okay, it is a very much Sankhya concept, if I can say so, that the word prasada belongs to Sankhya. They are the ones who gave the idea of the word prasada. The word sada usually refers to putting it in a certain place. Okay, to put something in a certain place, to ensure that it sticks there, to ensure that it remains there. That is called as sadhati. Okay, that when it is done exclusively, when it is done in a very strong way, with the sole intention of keeping it there, then it is called as prasada. Why do we consume prasada after having the darshana of some devata? I've never wondered. Dhanurmasa is going on every day morning. We go to temple, 4 o'clock, you run away. Why? 7 o'clock, they will be in temple. Why? Because Sakra Pongal. Yeah. Ridiculous people. I tell you, I mean, if you are going to temple, people keep saying me that you shouldn't discourage people from going to temple. I would rather not discourage, I would rather shoot them, if you allow me. See, if you are going to temple, go with the right spirit to the temple. No. Why do you have to go with the wrong spirit to the temple? It's better to stay home if you do not have the right spirit. You don't go to graveyard to dance on corpses, do you? You go to graveyard with the right concept, with the right mindset. Only when you have lost someone, you go to graveyard. It's not like, oh, I'm just passing by, let me pay a visit to graveyard. Nobody does that. And if you can have that kind of an idea for graveyard, why can't you have the same idea for a temple? If you are going to visit a temple, you need to have a certain mindset. There needs to be an education. In what sense should I visit the temple? Why am I visiting the temple? What am I seeing there? How am I supposed to see? My guru used to give us this example. Somebody visited Gaya for the first time. They were very, very happy that I'm visiting Gaya. Everything happened. And they came back from the Gaya tour. Okay. The Gaya tour. They came back from Gaya tour, and my guru simply asked that, did you see the Vishnupada? Yeah, it's very famous. It's very big. That there's okay. Did you see Gadadhara there? What Gadadhara? They did not show us any Gadadhara there. What? You went to Gaya and you did not see Gadadhara? Nobody told us that there is Gadadhara. Okay, fine. Now there is some Nadi there. Did you take a bath in that Nadi? No, but we just went to Gaya, we saw Vishnupada and we came back. Fantastic thing. Everybody thinks they are Abhimanyu. Short-sightedness, just like Abhimanyu. He was an idiot for all that he was. Whatever happened with him was unfair. I give it to you. Okay, but he was an idiot. What kind of, he is what Sam Constas was to Australia in the last 2 test matches that recently concluded. Okay. Only an idiot would go against a legendary fast bowler, isn't it? Similar to that, why would you go on and pick Chakravyuha? You don't even know how to penetrate it. You don't even know how to come back. Why would you go there? It's foolishness. So similar to that, people usually are like that. We went there, we went straight to the temple, we had darshan, we came back. You didn't stay there. You didn't understand what is the essence of that place. You didn't feel that place, and you came back. And then most fundamental question that my guru asked that fellow was, which pada of Vishnu was there, pa? The Vishnu has 2 padas, no, right leg and left leg. Which leg was there, you tell me? For those of us who have visited Gaya, and if you, now you have to jog back, I have to bring back your memory, like, hold on a second, I don't even know, it's embarrassing. I don't know which pada of Vishnu is there. Is it right leg or left feet? Oh, I don't know. We may have to visit again next time, only for the purpose of understanding, is it right leg or left leg? This is our situation. We don't have the right darshana, nor do we have the right spirit to consume the prasada. Why the word, why do we consume prasada after having darshan? It's a very simple thing. Whatever darshana you have had there, you want to hold it together, and you want to, enrich that darshana through your senses. So prasada can be a pushpa. Prasada can be tirtha. Prasada can be nothing material. Just after having the darshana, you do the parikrama, pradakshina. Parikrama for the North Indian friends, pradakshina for the South Indian friends. Okay, you do the pradakshina or parikrama, and what is it generally that is taught to us? You sit there quietly. No, we have to chit chat there itself. Upload the image to Instagram, update the story that I visited so and so. Wait, 2 minutes. Hold back, relax, recall what you had, what darshana you had. That itself is prasada, because it fixes things that you have seen, that you have viewed, that you have experienced. That is what the meaning of prasada is. That is the reason why we have prasada at the end of the puja. You see what magic happens. Before that, it was naivedyam. Before we went to Sankat Mochan, any temple for that matter of fact, sorry. Now, before we went, okay, fine, Sankat Mochan is in Banaras, okay, that's the idea that I always have in my mind. Before you went to Sankat Mochan, it is just a sweet shop. The laddu is just a sweet made in a certain shop. And you go there, you present it yourself in front of the deity, and you take it back and you bring it back, and it becomes prasad. Isn't it wonderful? What happened in between those 2 moments, 2 ends? What happened there? That is what we need to focus. That is the Upanishad part. Okay, because when we had the darshana of the deity, or when we had the darshana of Brahma, when we attain that Brahmajnanam, that needs to be established firmly in all our senses. That's why the prasada. It can come in any form, any shape, any size, but it is definitely prasada. ದೇವ್ರ ಬಲ್ಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ಹೂ ಬಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಪ್ರಸಾದ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೋಬಾರ್ದು. Sorry for using the words in Kannada, but it made more sense to use it in our language. It gives that edge. Okay. Just because the flower fell from the right side of the deity, it is prasada. If it falls from the left side, it is not prasada. Who told you all these things? Ridiculous. It is prasada either way. What is prasada is your eyes were stuck there. You were firmly into it. You were it. To be is darshan. Even if you forget all the other shlokas, all the other meanings of all the other mantras of Brahmavidyā Upaniṣad, the message of Brahmavidyā Upaniṣad is very clear. In 2 words, to be, that is Brahmavidya. That is what Brahma is. Okay, all right, we move on. So, Adbhuta Karmanaha Vishnu, we have to finish target. Adbhuta Karmanaha Vishnu Tasya Brahmanaha Prasadat. When we experience the existence, when we experience the being of Brahma in everything, we understand the Rahasyam Brahmavidya. This is the Rahasya of Brahmavidya. That's what I said. What is the Rahasya of Brahmavidya? What is the essence of Brahma as knowledge? What is the essence of Brahma as the end and Brahma as the means? The Rahasya is only this much. The essence is only this much. That which is going to be Dhruvagnihi Samprachakshate in one edition. In another edition, Dhruvagnim Samprachakshate. It is going to be addressed to Dhruvagni. The Agni, the fire that is always constant, that is called as Dhruvagni. Okay. So what is this idea of Dhruvagni? It is something that is always present there. That is called as Dhruva. Always means constant. Okay. Agni is that which always has the ability to go upwards. Okay. That is called as Dhruvagni. And the ability to go upwards in sadhana, in Atma sadhana or Brahma sadhana or in Yoga sadhana, rests with prana. Okay, so Dhruvagni refers to prana. This whole conversation that is going to begin now from here onwards is addressed to prana. That's why we have Hamsavidyā and Praṇavavidyā. Both of them require prana, isn't it? Hamsa is basically prana, the composition of inhalation and exhalation. And Nada also, the sound must also emerge. Praṇava also must emerge from prana. And that is given in a rahasya word, in a coded word called as Dhruvagni. Do not forget this, because on the outside, the word Dhruvagni makes no sense. Immediately, our mind will go to the story of Dhruva. Oh, that little boy. No. Here, the word Dhruvagni refers to the constant fire. And Agni, basically, fire, is called as Vayu Sakha. Because fire cannot exist without wind, without basically air. It's common sense physics. The fire cannot be ignited without air. Therefore, they are best friends. They are always together. So similarly, Dhruvagni is referring to prana. Dhruvagnihi Samprachakshate means the prana itself is speaking. The entire Upanishad is one meaning. If you are going to stick to the patha, stick to the edition of Dhruvagnihi Samprachakshate, it means that the prana is delivering this entire Upanishad here onwards. If you are going to stick to the version of Dhruvagnim Samprachakshate, this entire conversation or this entire monologue that is going to be delivered from here onwards is subjected to prana. Okay. In both terms, in both ways, it makes sense. That is the first mantra of this Upanishad. We still have 15 minutes, right? 8:15 to 9:40, 15 minutes. Okay. Now, this is the style of Upanishad. They deliver the essence first, and then they elaborate it, and they bring you back to the essence. Okay. This is how the style of Upanishad always works. So not just Upanishad, this style is incorporated in all the Shastras as well. In any Shastra you go, Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha is finished. the entire Yoga Darshana is capsuled in one sutra. And then they enhanced it, they enlarged it, they explained it, and then they brought it back. So that's just how the Shastras work. Here as well, the second mantra is very important because this is where we get to know what Brahmavidyā Upaniṣad is all about. Om ityeka aksharam Brahma. What is Brahma? Whatever I told you, you forget about that. You don't forget about it. But because I tried to explain it to you in a term, in a way that all of us can understand. All of us, in the sense, including me. It's not like I'm doing a favor to the audience. No, I'm not even that generous. I'm very selfish because I am the first listener to my own words. And I listen it a tad before I deliver it here. Okay. So it sounds good. It serves well for me. Therefore, I'm delivering it. That's all. Okay. Very selfish. It's not like I want to educate all of you. You all are educated ones. You all are Brahmajnanis. Now, what is there for me to just joking anyway? But we always have to be conscious. Right? If our direction is not towards Atma, if it is not directed towards Brahma, then we are wanderers. Okay? We shouldn't be wanderers, no matter how fancy the word sounds. We shouldn't be wanderers. Okay, coming back. Om ityeka aksharam Brahma. What is Brahma? It is ekam, it is aksharam, and it is Brahma. Brahma is Om, Brahma is Eka, Brahma is Akshara. It's not a definition. It is a synonym that they have given here. Okay, it's not a definition. Brahma is Om. Omkara is Brahma. How? They are going to explain it later. That is basically our Brahmavidya that is going to be explored in this Upanishad, which we told in the promo. Okay, and then Ekam. Ekam is one. It cannot exist in duality. You cannot have an alternative to Brahma because there exists no alternative to Brahma. Brahma cannot have an alternative. Sorry. Because Brahma is one. Brahma is single, forever single. Okay. It sounds ridiculous, isn't it? But yeah, Brahma is one. And then Aksharam. This is the most important word that gives us an insight about what Brahma truly is. It is Aksharam. Ksharam means that which reduces, that which has the tendency to come down, that which has the tendency to decrease, diminish. That is called as Kshara. That which doesn't have this tendency is called as Akshara. Where else have we heard the word in this fashion? You know, the famous story which involves Krishna and Draupadi, where Krishna granted Draupadi Akshaya Patra. Okay. And if you just pay attention to the streets of Bangalore, you will also see Akshaya Patra on wheels, moving around the city. Don't get the wrong idea. That is a different Akshaya Patra. This is a different Akshaya Patra. But every time next time onwards, every time the Akshaya Patra van passes by you, I want you to be reminded of the word Akshaya, and from there connected to Akshara, and from there connected to Brahma. Basically, I want you to be a Brahmajnani every moment, every time you see Akshaya Patra on the wheels. Okay, wonderful, isn't it? This is how you build a ramp. Okay, everything else is useless. Akshaya Patra is useless. The food is useless. The only thing that is useful is Brahmavidya. Uddhared Atmanatmanam. Don't listen to the world. World peace, what peace? You remain in peace, okay? You understand what you are, that is more than sufficient. बड़े आए दुनिया को जो है शांति का पाठ सिखाने, यहाँ आग पड़ी है महाराज. I mean, the fire is here. हमारा घर जल रहा है, and I want to take बाल्टी भर पानी लेके दूसरे के घर में लगे आग को बुझाने जा रहे हैं. And it is mindless at the least. So we should be aware of what is happening with us. We all have our own baggage. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be compassionate, or you should be very ruthless to people. You can be compassionate, you can be friendly, but don't forget what you are. Nobody else is going to help you to carry your burden. You have to carry your own luggage. That's the first thing they teach. Vinayji, that's the first. He always keeps telling me about the mountaineering things. Yeah. Nobody else is going to pick your bag. You have to carry your own bag. That's true in life as well. Who else is going to carry our karma baggage? If you want to reduce it, only one way. Actions don't kill actions. That's it. So it's not by doing something that we are going to lessen the burden. It is by not doing anything that we are going to lessen the burden. By realizing what we are. Existential question. Pose the existential question to yourself that I am existing. Why am I existing? How am I existing? How do I ensure that I am existing? You ask these questions every day, it will open up. The answers will come to you. Okay, Om iti ekaksharam Brahma. Om ekam aksharam, that is Brahma. And who has told this? Brahmavadibhi yaduktam. All the Brahmavadis. This is one of the most commonly found line in the whole of Krishna Yajurveda. I don't know about Shukla Yajurveda. I don't know about Rigveda, but Krishna Yajurveda is blessed with this line. Every now and then, the entire prakaranam, the entire concept, begins with Brahmavadino vadanti. That's it. That's how the prakarana begins. The new context begins with Brahmavadino vadanti. Thus spoke the Brahmavadis. Who are Brahmavadis? Those who speak about Brahma. Okay, they are Brahmavadis. Basically, the Brahmajnanis, the Rishis. Okay, the Rishis have said that Brahma is Om, Ekam, and Aksharam. Shariram tasya vakshyami, sthanam, kalatrayam tatha. What are we going to discuss in this entire Upanishad? Now, if after speaking for these many minutes, with only 8 minutes left on the clock, okay, this is how a football match also is. It builds up until the last moment and then you score the goal. So similar to that, if you have understood the intensity so far that I have tried to deliver, that Brahma is everything. We are going to discover or explore Brahma. And what exactly, and they have already told what is Brahma. Om Ekam Aksharam, that is Brahma. That is very much clear. But what else is this Upanishad going to explain to us? He said, Tasya Shariram Vakshyami. I'm going to, or this Upanishad is going to reveal the body, the outer coverage, the outer structure of Brahma. Interesting, isn't it? So Brahma, if it is everywhere, then how can you explain the structure of Brahma, the outer coverage of Brahma? Interesting. That we have to wait and see how they are going to interpret Sharira. And then Sthanam, the place of Brahma. I thought it is everywhere. Yeah, it is, but isn't it vague? Somebody asks, where are you from? You say, you are from Mysore. Mysore is very large. It's huge. You need a location. First, you need an address, then you need a location. You have to pin exactly where it is. So similarly, they are going to do that as well. Sthanam. And then Kalatrayam Tatha, time. When can I contact you? Anytime. You call them at 2 o'clock in the midnight. They will shoot you if you call them at 2 o'clock in the midnight, isn't it? Yeah. Of course, they were polite enough and they said that you can call us anytime. It's like, you can try this. Funnily enough, but people don't appreciate it, isn't it? So there is a specific time. So if Brahma can be accessed at any point of time, and what is the sense? Where is the sense in waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, 3:30 in the morning? Why did they say that Brahme Muhurte Uttishtet? What is the essence of Brahma Muhurta? Why is it called as Brahma Muhurta? Because the time is more favorable towards that. It's about more favorable. That's all. It is not like Brahma remains inaccessible, not available on calls. Please text or please WhatsApp. No, Brahma doesn't put such status. Brahma is always there. It's always accessible to us. But It is more easier to access Brahma during a certain specific time. That time has to be known by a serious sadhaka. The place has to be known by that serious sadhaka, rather than focusing on everywhere and anywhere. Wouldn't it be better if we focused on a specific area? If we knew the coordinates of where to dig, it would ease the burden of digging everywhere. It would become easier for us to dig exactly at that point. So that's what the Upanishad is trying to deliver to us. What is the Shariram? What is the structure of Brahma? How it appears to us, or how we can approach it, and where it is located, and when is it possible to understand Brahma. And there are many other factors included. For example, Tatra Devas Trayah Proktaha. There are three Devatas, there are three illuminating things there. And then Lokaha, Vedaha, Trayaha, Agnayaha. There are three Lokas, there are three Vedas, there are three Agnis. They are just putting the keywords here, that's all. Or it is also like, you can imagine the first three shlokas of this Upanishad as if reading the index. Okay, just go through it, don't panic. Oh, he did not explain anything. There is nothing to explain. It's just an index. They are going to go in detail about all these things. So the three Devas, the three Lokas, the three Vedas, the three Agnis, the three Matras, not Matas, three Matras. Okay, Matra is different. Okay, Matra is the Matra column. Okay, Ācārya, Ukāra, Makara. That is the, for Omkara, the three Matras of Omkara. Ardha Matra, the Umkara, that is the Nada or Bindu, that is Ardha Matra. Traksharasya Shivasya tu, finally. It would have been such an injustice if Brahma has been told in Shloka 1, Vishnu has been told in Shloka 2, and Shiva has not been mentioned. How can this Upanishad do such grave injustice? No, we have taken care of Shivas. Oh my God. This Shiva is not the same Shiva that you see in the pictures. This Shiva is different. Here Shiva means auspicious. Again, the word Shiva appears in Vishnu Sahasranama as well. Isn't it? If you have keenly observed Vishnu Sahasranama, the word Shiva appears as the name of Vishnu. It is not the name of Vishnu, it is the name of Brahma. It is an explanation of Brahma, what Brahma is. Brahma is Brahma, Brahma is Vishnu, Brahma is Shiva. Brahma is bloody everything. What else can we say? Brahma is everything. So Shivasya, Traksharasya Shivasya. And this Shiva is different. This is a Trakshara Shiva. Trakshara Shiva is three-lettered Shiva, three-lettered auspicious thing. What is it? They are going to explain, don't worry. Okay, so these are the first three fundamental shlokas that we have. And then we are going to begin the Praṇava Matra Chatushtaya Prapancham. The Matra Chatushtayam, 4 matras. You said Matra Trayam. Just now you say Matra Chatushtayam. You have clarity for yourself and then you speak, please. Okay, this is something that my inner voice is telling me. No. The reason why they are calling it as Chatushtayam or 4 is they are counting Ardha Matra as Matra as well, because it has the property of Matra. Therefore, they are counting it as one of the Matras. So the 4 Matras are going to be discussed in the next shloka. I think we can take it up in the next session on Wednesday. So far, we have established the groundwork. The premise is set for the exploration of Brahmavidyā Upaniṣad. You can very much expect these things, Praṇava, and what are the 3 Devatas, 3 Agnis, and all these things. So welcome to Brahmavidyā Upaniṣad. I hope you will all stick till the end. Okay. Thank you very much. 1 minute. Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir, for setting the context so beautifully. So I think if there are any questions, we can take it up. We have 1 minute left. So we also want to make use of the time that's available. Yeah. So.
I just have one small query. If you can get the text of the Upanishad, Kannada or Hindi, English, anything would do.
it's available in your login now.
Probably I will share that. Give me a moment. I think it's available in 6 languages. I'll just tell you where to access that. Can you just see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I think I have to log in from the, sorry, I have to log out of this and log in from the admin portal. Hold on. If somebody has logged in, can you just share your screen? I can just guide you there. Veena, you logged in?
I'm just logging in, sir. One.
Yeah, if somebody is logged in, you can just share your screen only. I can just share you. I can guide you there itself. And I can make anybody who wants to share as a co-host.
Yeah, I have logged in.
Yeah, Chetan, I can just make you the co-host. Can you just share your screen? 1 second, hold on.
Should I share or Chetan will do it? Okay.
Anybody, as long as you, Chetan volunteered, so let me just quickly
Okay.
make him the co-host. Yeah, Chetan, can you just share your screen and the backend portal? Chetan?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is for everyone, right? Actually, right? So where to access
Yeah.
the script and where to access the other courses and everything. Can you just go back to dashboard there? Yeah. Go to Brahmavidya Upaniṣad. This is the course, right? Main course. You go to that course. And then on the top, on the right side, left corner, right, there is a Brahmavidya Upaniṣad. There's a drop down there. Can you just click on the drop down? Yeah. Then you see that chantings are there. Just go to the chantings. And if you go to the chantings, you can see the script in 6 different languages. Samskrita, Kannada, Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, and English. And again, go to the scroll. I mean, you can just see, you can just even download this also. I think Uber asked that question, right? You can download the script from here. Just click on the download on the top. On the right side, you have a download option there. You can just click on that. So
Okay.
yeah, that one. So if you download that, you'll just, whatever scripts, you can download all scripts or whichever script you want. You'll get a copy of that script. It's already there. I think you have downloaded.
Yeah.
Or you can, and also the one more thing, which is a package, which is included in the package is Yoga in Jyotisha course also. You just go back to the same portal, Chetan, and you just scroll down there, drop down option, and the drop down on the top. Yeah, you just drop down there. There's Yoga in Jyotisha also there. So that's again one more course which we had done quite some time back, but we are just giving the recording of that course along with this course. So those who are interested to listen to this, it's up to you. Whenever you are free, you can just spend time on this. Clear? Yeah, you can just unshare this.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So there are a couple of questions in the chat box.
Yeah. Ishvara is Ishvara also means Brahma. There is also another theory that I wanted to share, that they say that Sarve Sarvartha Vachakaha is a very popular theory in the Shastra circles. What does it mean is all words denote everything. Sarve Sarvartha Vachakaha. But here, what they mean by everything is Brahma, because Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. So every word in one or the other way denotes Brahma, denotes the supreme thing. All words can only lead us back to Brahma. They have no other meaning but Brahma, because the meaning is emerging from Brahma. Where else will they go? Where else can they go? Then what is the speciality of Samskrita, you ask? Because it is so refined that it takes you very quickly. It is expressway. The other road is the old road, that's all. So either you can take the expressway or you can take the normal route as well, but it will take twice the time. So more the refinement is there in the language, in the expression, more easier it becomes to locate, identify, and follow the path towards Brahma. Therefore, all words eventually lead to Brahma, whether it is Ganesha, Ishvara, Rama, or any other word. And yes, to experience Brahma as everything and in everything, that is the whole journey and destination. Absolutely. Yes, that is the whole thing. That is what we are all trying. Okay. Yeah. I think we can.
Yeah, so I think looks like there are no more questions, but I think we will have a lot of questions day after tomorrow in the second session.
Hope so.
So we have time to go through the recording and then come back with questions day after tomorrow. So thank you so much, sir, for the wonderful session. And we hope to see you back and with everybody, whoever has attended the session and whoever has registered also to join us day after tomorrow at 8:15 evening. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Also, please share with if somebody is interested to join this course as well.
Yeah.
If
Still
any
open.
funds are to-
More the merrier. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.